Coming up Saturday, Missouri Western, you've looked at them on film. This is another team that can put some points on the board. What do you think is the key for you guys to slowing them down?
Really good offense. I mean, as we saw last year, the offensive line is really, really good. They have some of the best offensive linemen in the league. So, I mean, first thing is stop the run always for us. If we can stop the run and get them one-dimensional, we're pretty good at – we brought some pressure lately. I mean, we're pretty good at bringing some pressure, stopping the pass game when we do that. And our back end's been holding teams to not very many passing yards. So once we can get a team one-dimensional, we're pretty good at stopping them. So first stop the run, then we'll stop the pass after that.
You know, how much did this success you guys were able to have against Central Missouri, how much do you feel like that can kind of carry over, or do you want it to carry over?
Yeah, we thought we played all right. I mean, they were obviously the best offense in the country, yards and points-wise, but we definitely have some things we can get better at from that, and we have some things that we can take from that we did well too. So we thought we did a pretty good job stopping the run. There were some things that they did to us that we're definitely going to have to fix, that Mo West is going to do to us if we don't fix them. So we learned a lot from that game, good and bad. So
the way that your own offense was able to score some points and keep you guys in the game as long as it did that, do you feel like that gave the defensive unit as a whole a lot more, I don't know if towards confidence or just momentum going in the last couple weeks that hadn't necessarily been the case?
For sure, we love seeing them get points. We love seeing them score, and we know they can. We see them do it in practice. We saw them do it all spring and in fall camp, so we know they can. And once they get rolling, which they did in the first half last week, we know they can keep it rolling. And once we get both sides of the ball going, I think we'll be pretty dangerous.
All right. Coach, Monday you talked about your team needing to score points on Saturday against Missouri Western. As you look at their defense, how challenging is that going to be?
It's a challenge because they're very long, they're very athletic, very, I think, talented in the secondary, you know. So hopefully we're just at a point now offensively. I mean, I thought we played our best game as far as last week, as far as just being consistent, you know, in all phases. So, but again, you know, we got to go on the road. And they're playing, you know, really well right now. You know, they're sitting at 5-2. They got a lot of confidence.
You talked a little bit about that. How does the way that your own offense is playing at this point, you know, what it showed to you last week, even make you more excited just to see if they can build off that this week?
Yeah, I think that, you know, it's not quite what we're used to offensively, but I felt, you know, again, you know, as far as like taking something good out of a loss. I mean, again, I felt like we played just our best game. And I think our guys, you know, we're getting some guys back healthy too, I think is helping us, you know, up front on the offensive line. And then I think that our young receivers that we've talked about all year, I think those guys are beginning to get comfortable. And you know, when you're able to do that and then you're consistently repping, you know, you might be doing it different ways, but you're repping, you know, your offense each and every week. I think naturally those guys are going to get better. So that's good to see, and we got to have that Saturday.
Have you seen Dalton maybe perform with a little more confidence or a little bit higher level of comfort this week? Just the fact that he was able to have that kind of success last week and hitting his receivers and just making the offense move down the field?
Yeah, I think, you know, the biggest thing I think with him was coming back after that interception, you know, just mentally. And, you know, I think that started with us when we got the ball back and we went down and scored 3 plays later to give us an opportunity to kick the onside. You know, I mean, young quarterback like that in a very close ball game, you know, mentally that can be hard on him, which I know it was tough on him anyway, but to be able to kind of fight through that and be able to execute shows a lot about his character. And I also think that helped alleviate a little bit of that pain of that interception. And I think that, you know, moving forward, that gives him, you know, confidence moving forward, you know. So, and that's what we got to continue to have, because besides that interception, I felt like that from a consistency level, that was one of his best games.
Your own defense, you know, how do you feel they match up with Missouri Western, a team that's scored pretty effectively this year?
Yeah, I think they match up really well. If you look at, you know, who we played last week, Central Missouri, you know, they were averaging, I think, 53 points a game, and we basically held them to 27. So I think, you know, we just need to keep playing at a high level. You know, we got to tackle well. They got a very good running back who's big, physical, you know, and then they got a quarterback that's very efficient. But to me, it starts with their with their guys up front. You know, I mean, 5 seniors. You know, those guys are really, really good. Anytime you have you know, that type of unit coming back on the offensive line, plus a very good tailback, you know, your quarterback needs to be efficient, protect the football, and that's what their quarterback does. He does a really good job of it.